Good morning, everybody who's here already. Lovely to see you all. As per usual, I haven't quite got myself ready and titles up and things, so I've been teaching next door, but I will do that in a second. I'm just going to sort the board out. Oh, look at my hair's all flying all over the place, probably from being in the wind, isn't it? Good to see you all. I'm going to pop some of these flags up and we can discuss why today is such a special day. Good morning to everybody. Hey, good to see you. Hey up, bored of it. Stop it now. Lovely to see everybody tuning in. Get some more flags going. You know what? That'll do for my flags now. Good morning, Rizwan. Good to see you. Flag day today. Absolutely. Let me see if I can get you on the chat on my phone. That way I can read what you're saying. Makes it a bit easier for me. Where am I? Mr. Jordan, that's my name. Live stream. Ooh, it's not popped up on mine. I need to find it now. Anglesey Primary School. There it is. Thursday live lesson. There it is. Hey, right. Good morning, Ahil. Good to see you. Mahayman, good morning. Atik, good morning. Lovely to see you. What we got? Awi, good morning. Is sister there as well? Hi, I am here. Ridwan is here. Good. Anas is here. Brilliant. Anjuman is here, very good. Who else have we got? Yeah, Awi and Lawi are both here, that's good. Abdu Saeed is here, brilliant. Anas, good morning. Who else have we got? Rizwan, Mohammed M, Alasina, Zubairul. Who have we got? Zain, good morning. Harris, good morning. Dawud Islam, good to see you. Abdu Saeed, hey. Rida, Rizwan. My iPad is on low battery. Uh-oh. Have you got a plug that you can plug it in whilst you're listening, maybe? Or something that we can put it on charge. Look at this. It's been so windy. My hair is flying all over the place. I'm going to have wind hair this morning. Today is Flag Day. Yeah, it's Flag Day today. We're going to have a little talk about why today is such an important day. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. I'll put today's date down as well. Happy... It's a USA election special. What's today? Thursday, 21st of the 1st, 21. Oh, look at that, 210121. It's a funny date today, isn't it? Who else have we got? We've got Rania, hey! We've got, S, I don't know who that one is. Got good morning. Yeah, Zubair, good morning again. Musa, hey, good to see you. You're not late, Samuel. Do not worry. We haven't even started yet. We don't start properly until just a little bit past 10 o'clock. We like to wait until everybody is here first. Who else have we got? S, I don't know who you are. You haven't got a name next to you. It's good to see you, though. Hi. Please don't spam the chat. It's really important. Just make the comment once. We can all see it. Who else have we got? Zain, yes. Good morning, Mr. Jordan. Good morning, everybody. Ishmael A, what a lovely way to start the day. That's great. Naba, good to see you. Halima, oh, it's Khalid, sorry. Good morning, Khalid, good to see you. What is Flag Day? Well, it's not really Flag Day, actually. It's US election special today. That's what we're doing. Today's your brother's birthday, Samuel. Happy birthday to your brother. Yeah, Ayab, it is getting a little bit boring, saying the same thing every single time. Try and think of something new. Aiden, good to see you from 3D. Joe Biden is president. Finally, right? I have just told Ayab, sorry, I'm a bit slow on the chat. Dawud Islam, Flag Day. Well, not really. I put some flags up, you're absolutely right. But it's not really Flag Day. What it really is the US election special. Let me finish putting some flags down on this side as well. And then I'll complete the Flag Day marathon that we've got going. I'm missing a little bit of blue tack there. Pop that in that top corner. Stick that on. Last flag down here. I feel like that's the wrong way around. Get a bit of Blue tack in that corner. There we go. I can imagine that these flags are going to get on my nerves later and I'm going to have to tear them all down. Who else have we got in? You're not late, Samuel. Do not worry. Ayab, stop now. Sadia, good morning. Ava, hey. Who else have we got? Don't worry. People are saying Xbox because, I don't know. They need to think of something new to say, I think. Ishmael A, Salah, Khalid, Ali from 3P. Good to see you. Hi, Mr. Jordan. That's Mikhail Mohammed. Good morning. Good to see you. Suban from 3P. Well done. Video disconnected. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I know sometimes lots of children all around the country are going to be accessing lessons at this time. So the internet is sometimes going to be going up and down a little bit. Morning, Miss Duncan. Lovely to see you on the chat. Miss Duncan is here, everybody. Nice to say good morning to Miss Duncan as well. Miss Cho is here as well. Look at this. The Year 3 team. We're all here. Fantastic. Biden is president. You're absolutely right. Good morning, Tabor. Lovely to see you. Lowy said good. What else have we got? Yeah, good morning, Miss Duncan. Nice, everyone's saying hi. Good. Say hi to Miss Cho as well, please. Let's have a look. It's 10 o'clock. Is it time? The time has come. I'm normally just going to wait until, oh, we've passed 60. Okay, that's my time. I normally wait until we get to 60 kids, but we're up to 60 now. Our aim, right? We got to 78 or something yesterday. Our aim is to try and get to 80. So you need to spread the word, keep talking to people on Google Classrooms. There's actually 120 children in our year group. So if we've got to 60, we've only got half of the year group. So I know it looks like a big number, but there's lots more people we need to get engaging. So if you ever talk to your friends on Google Classroom, or if you're chatting to them in Among Us or on Roblox, remind them to get on the live chat and let's see how high we can get the numbers. Some parents asking how to send work on Google Classrooms. If you are struggling to send work on Google Classrooms, personally, it's just as easy to email it to us. You remember the email address is y3@anglesey.bham.school.uk. Have a little fiddle around on Google Classroom, see if you can make it work. One thing to say this morning, oh gosh, there's so much chat, I can't even keep up with it. I'm really sorry, I can't read all of it. I'll keep checking in now and again. One thing to say is there have been lots of problems with the new register system that we started on the website, okay? So what we're gonna start shifting to next week is a better system that we'll do on Google Classrooms. It's already up there this morning. Ms. Cho has spent a long time setting it up. So you can now register on Google Classrooms, and that should now work for everybody because everybody should be able to log into Google Classrooms. If you have any problems logging in, it is just your email address. So that would be whatever your B number is, at anglesey.bham.school.uk. And your password would be your last name. So for me, it would be Jordan, followed by your B number, okay? If your last name is shorter than 4 letters, for example, if your last name was Ali, then you might have Ali B, let's say it was B27, there might be some extra 7s. But if your name is last name is shorter than 5 letters, so for example, Goni, Ali, I'm sure there's some other ones, then we have set up a slightly special password for you. And if you don't know it by now, it is the one you've been using in Classroom, so you should. But if you don't know it by now, just when you send an email, make sure you say the name of the person, the class that they're in, and then we should be able to get you on. So register online with the class as normal this week, but by Monday, we're going to start doing the Google Classroom one so that everybody can register, because only about half the year at the moment are able to register. Awi, you're asleep? Well, it's a lesson time, so you need to wake yourself up. 6, 7 people. Okay, so I have said that today is going to be an election special. So we're not going to be following the same normal system. We're going to be watching some videos today. We're going to be looking at the inauguration of Joe Biden. We're going to be seeing Trump leaving. I'm just got to make sure that the other computer's working. And then at the end of the lesson, we're going to go over some of the amazing research that you guys have been sending me in about the digestive system. So I'm actually going to save your work until a bit later when we look at the digestive system. And we're going to look at some videos together and we'll talk about that there. So, USA election. Actually, if you remember, the election was ages ago. We spoke about it in class. We did all those debates. We made all those posters. But it takes a long time in America for the president to come. In Britain, when we have an election, we do the election, and that night, the old one's out, the new one's in. But in America, it takes a long time. And finally, Donald Trump is no longer president. How do we feel about that? Let me know in the comments how you feel that it is no longer Donald Trump as president, and it is now Joe Biden. So I thought what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you a little bit about America and what you're going to see. I'm then going to move you over and we're going to watch a little video together. No copyright infringement this time, yeah? You were absolutely right. I got in a little bit of trouble over the dinosaur one, but there's no copyright infringement this time. I have double checked. That is what we're going to do. Do you know what I need to do? You need to pause there for 1 second for me because I've left all my planning pieces of paper next door. So if you can just bear with me 1 second. In the chat, I want to hear, what do you feel about Donald Trump leaving and Joe Biden coming? Just hang on 1 second. I'm back. Let's have a look. What are people saying? Any news? America is right now. Yeah, things are going better. That's really good. Okay, so news time. Before we talk about the US elections, I did think I'd tell you about something that happened last night in this country. There were some massive storms, really big storms that were tearing through the country. In fact, and I did have some pictures of it, but they've gone. It left quite a lot of people homeless. 2,000 households last night were ordered to evacuate and get out. I wonder if any of you noticed all of the rain and the wind that happened last night. Well, it was a big storm that came over. It was known as Storm Christoph, and it has flown in across the Atlantic. It's smashed across like Manchester. It's torn through the country. It's been a real big issue. So 2,000 homes have been ordered. Boris Johnson said last night that if you've been told to move out of your home, you need to move out quick because the floods are coming in. In Manchester, for example, the river has burst, the banks are spewing over. Might be worth having a little look at later on. But that's not what we're talking about mostly today. Of course, it's the news about Trump. So Joe Biden is the president. Just tell you what, let's start off by watching a few of the highlights from last night's inauguration. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch some of the main moments, the big things that happened last night for the inauguration. I'm going to move this across onto this screen, make it big, get my YouTube out. Here we go. Nice, big, full screen. Sound is working. And then we'll have a little discussion afterwards about some of the main events that happened last night in America. Oh dear, my sound is not working. It's because I've got it on mute over here. Let me unmute it. There we go. Oops, sorry.
Do solemnly swear. Congratulations, Mr. President.
For a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one.
I will be a president for all Americans. I will defend the Constitution. I'll defend our democracy. I'll defend America.
So there he is, wandering off, heading to his new home in the White House. Now, we saw a big city there, which is the capital of the United States of America. That city is known as Washington, D.C. So that is the city that we were in. It was very unusual last night for anybody who was watching it, because normally there would be crowds and crowds of people all over the place watching. But of course, because of coronavirus, crowds of people couldn't turn up for the inauguration last night. I'm just going to stop this noise from popping the whole time. Unplug that. So yeah, because of coronavirus, there weren't crowds of people, but it was a huge spectacle. People from all around the world were watching it. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about some of the things that you saw. You might have seen a really big, tall tower in the background. Well, that is known as the Washington Tower. It's named after the first president of the United States. The first president of the United States' name was George Washington. So he was called George Washington, the first president. I'll write his name on the board. So the first president was known as George Washington. And I'm sure many of you have heard of George Washington. It's a very famous name. Actually, his family came from Britain, came from Doncaster, actually, a place called Adwick, very close to where my grandparents live. And he was the first president of the United States. And actually, it's not a very old country, it turns out. America, United States of America, was founded on the 4th of July in 1776. 1776. Not that old a country, yeah? Not even 400 years old, if that's my maths doing right. And maybe Dawud or somebody can tell me quickly exactly how long that was. But wow, not that old. I went and Googled to find out how old England was. Well, England was formed in the year 927 AD. 927. England is over 1,000 years old, way over 1,000 years old. Yeah, America is like only 300 years old. So it's a very, very new country. It has quite a strong link to Britain. In fact, I'm going to just pick one of these flags and I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to you. The flag is quite interesting. You'll notice on the flag for the United States of America, there are 13 stripes on the flag. Just out of interest, does anybody know? Oh, somebody was in Manchester last night, saw all the snowing and stuff. My goodness. Does anyone know why there are 13 stripes? And does anyone know why there are 50 stars? So there are 13 stripes and 50 stars. Can I have a little look in the chat? Does anybody know why there are 13 stripes and 50 stars? What are we thinking? No, that's okay. Don't worry. I was just wondering if anyone did. Just popping it out there as a question. Maybe someone will pop it up. I'll wait just a couple more minutes. If you know, then put the answer. Don't just say I know. 244 years. Thank you so much, Samuel. Good math. No, because of the 13 colonies and 50 states. Oh, very good. The stripes actually go back to the time when America was part of Britain, was actually part of our country. In fact, all these flags here were part of one country. Ireland and Britain and America were all one country, really. And the 13 states were the first 13 states of America when they were parts of Britain. So these are the original 13 states of America. Well, these stars are to do with all the new states that have joined since then. There are now 50 different states in America. So each state is kind of like a little mini country. You've got places like California, Ohio, Texas, Nevada, sorry. Lots of different states that come together and they join, and that's why it's called United States of America. They have united to become one country. I've heard that word united somewhere else. What other country has united in it? Come on, who can get this one first? What other country has united in it? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? What other country? Let's have a look in the chat, see if anyone pops it up. Another country that has united in it. I'm looking here on my phone. Hey, yes, we've got 2 there. Very good. Oh, well done, guys. United Kingdom, our country, because it is united it's 4 countries that have united together, isn't it? England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. And very good, those of you who said the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. So that is a country where places like Dubai have united with neighboring places like Doha, and they've all come together to join as a country. Very good, those of you who have recognized that. UAE and UK and USA, all different countries where different people have united together. So that's what the flag is. It's called the Stars and Stripes, bit of an obvious name really. Our flag is called the Union flag. I know Ireland's flag is called the Tricolor. So we've got Stars and Stripes, 13 original states, 50 of the new states. It was only founded in 1776. We know that Donald Trump, he was the child of a multimillionaire. So when Donald Trump was born, his family had tens and tens of millions of dollars. When Donald was a young child, his dad gave him millions and millions of dollars. Donald Trump then managed to make all of his empire, all of his money, because of the money that his family gave him. Not the best way to make your money, is it? Just money that your parents have given you. Now, Joe Biden, on the other hand, has a slightly different history. And this is one of those times when I'm not going to do the teaching, but you are. So a little project for you to do today. I want to know a little bit about Joe Biden. Where does he come from? What is his history? What has he done in the past? Because Joe Biden's been around for a long time. As long as I've been alive, Joe Biden's been on the political scene. So I would like a little bit of research from you when this is all finished to find out about Joe Biden. We could maybe get a picture in there. You could tell me when he was born, where he comes from, what about his history. I deliberately put the Ireland flag on here because Ireland has something to do with Joe Biden's history as well. I know it's a country that's closely linked to our country, but maybe you can find out, why does Ireland have something to do with his history? 81, guys, I've just seen the number. That's really good. That's where we want to be. So your job, find out a little bit about Joe Biden for me. Oh, I've popped on here. There might be 2 new states that are going to join the United States. This is true, 2 new states. The city of Washington, D.C. is actually not a state yet, so that might become a state. There's one other island. It's called the Puerto Rico, sorry. And Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean that might join as another state. So there are 50 states now. There might soon be 52 states. Okay, so that's a big change that's going to happen. Okay, your job is to find out about Joe Biden and a little history about him. I want to know what he's done in his life, where he's from, his age, all those kind of things. Yeah, and then you can send that in as homework for me. Now, I did say that today's lesson is going to be a little bit different, and it is. We are sticking on our theme of America for today. I'm going to just find what I've done with the rubber. You can see I'm as organized as usual. I'm losing everything all the time. I'm going to just rub it off with my hand. Oh, I found one down here. We are, just like last Thursday, when we did a little bit of debate about British values and what we thought was the most important, we're going to have a little look at some American values, because in America, they do things a little bit different to over here. And we are going to do some debating, and we're going to look at our sentence structure and how we can express an opinion again. I'd like to do this once every week, where we have an opportunity to express our opinions and our feelings and write them down. So one huge difference, actually, I tell you what, I'd like you to start this off for me. Could you think of 3 or 4 big differences between the United States of America and the United Kingdom? So what are the big differences, maybe in our values, between our 2 countries? And I'm going to have a little look and a read here on the, you don't need to keep popping the numbers of people on, don't worry. What I want you to do now, can you think of any big differences maybe between the United States of America and the United Kingdom? Okay, there are some big differences. There are similarities, of course. We both speak English. We both have very similar makeup of people. We like watching the same TV. We eat pretty much the same food, except for we like eating curry a little bit more over here. So I want to see some similarities. Americans have an accent. You're absolutely right. They do sound a little bit funny over there in America, don't they? I can't do the American accent very well. But that's one thing for true. The NHS, absolutely. Do you know what? I'm going to pop that one down. In America, they do not have the NHS. So let's have that as one of our talking points that we're going to talk about. Harris has said the Queen. I love that one. The Queen. That is a really important one. We'll discuss about why that's important. We have a queen. They do not have a queen. That's a big one, actually. America has more states. You're right. Although we do have quite a lot of counties in this country. You know, places like Yorkshire, Lancashire, West Midlands and things. So, but I like that one. Yeah, USA does not have free healthcare. I'm absolutely smashing it. There is a country called Jordan. You're absolutely right. But focus on this. America, what are the big differences? Money, Mohammed. What do you mean by that? How is money different in America than it is here? Oh, do you mean because they have dollars and we have pounds? You're absolutely right. In America, they have something called the dollar. Over here in Britain, we have something called the pound. In Ireland, they have something called the euro as well over in Europe. Let's have a look. Oh, Ava, I like that one. Guns. That is definitely something that we are going to talk about today. Guns is a big difference between the UK and the USA. I like that one. Very good. Yeah, Hussein has said we are a smaller country. You're absolutely right. We are tiny compared to the United States of America. We would just fit so many times in there. It's a really good point. You know what? I should have got a map. Maybe we'll have a look at a map tomorrow and we can talk about how tiny we are compared to America. Obamacare, yeah. We're a smaller country. Both countries have democracy. True. Is there any more? And then I'm going to stop with that. Hollywood? Oh, I like that. We do a lot of movies over here as well. We have governments and they have presidents. Well, kind of. We've got a prime minister and they've got a president. You're absolutely right. Swords, Obamacare, Hollywood, language. The language is the same. Tasers. They have more people. Oh my gosh, they've got so many more people than us. We've got around 70 million people in the United Kingdom. They've got around 250 million people. They've got way more people than us. No wonder they're a lot richer than us because they've got so many more people than we have. Okay, I tell you what, it's time for us to focus onto, we'll stick with these three. Actually, the other one I was going to pop was something called patriotism. And we're going to talk about what these four things are. And then what you're going to do is you're going to debate them a little bit. Okay? So, do you know what? Someone's just popped down on there, and I quite like this one. Their police are very different to our police as well. That's a really good one for us to talk about. So we've got NHS, Queens, guns, patriotism, and police. So let's start on the first one. And this is where we're going to start writing our first sentences. So I'm going to tell you how I want to see your sentences. It's time for you to do a little bit of work. In the UK, so in the UK, here I'll put UK, USA, right? We have free health. In America, you have to pay for health. Now, I know that we all think that free health is probably a good thing, but this is kind of what I'd like you to do in the debate. I want you to come up with an opinion opposite to what you normally believe, okay? And you're going to start your sentence using a fronted adverbial. So you might start your sentence something like this. It could be, I believe, comma, or you might say, in my opinion, or you might say, I like this one. You could say, in my humble opinion, comma. These are fronted adverbials. They go at the start of your sentence and they're followed by a comma. In my humble opinion, I believe, I want you to give me a reason why maybe people paying for their healthcare could be a good idea. I know that sounds crazy because it's not something we do in Britain, but I want you to think what the other side might think. So I would like a sentence going to start with a fronted adverbial. So it could be, I believe, might be in my opinion, or in my humble opinion. I believe, in my humble abode, yeah. Why do you think it could be a good reason to pay for healthcare? Could it be a good reason to pay for healthcare? I would like to see a sentence from you. So you're going to write this down. You're going to post it, starting with in my opinion, comma. Why might it be a good idea to pay for healthcare? And I'm going to have a little read on my phone at your sentences, and we'll share some of these. Okay? Lowy, we're not doing maths right now. In fact, we're having a USA election special today, so please don't ask for that. I'll talk about maths later on. I know people are having problems with it. Okay, Ayub has said, I believe that paying money helps the US government. Oh, that's interesting. So in Britain, the government has to pay for everybody's healthcare, whereas in America, the government doesn't have to pay for the healthcare, so they have more money to spend. That's an interesting one. It's good because they can afford more healthcare things. Let's have another one. Ayub, you've written it once, so only write it once. In my opinion, don't forget your comma there, Hussein. In my opinion, I think you should have to pay so people work to get money. That's an interesting argument. We'll talk about that in a second. Our healthcare is paid for by taxes, Miss Duncan's absolutely right. I believe that people pay for healthcare to thank them. Okay, I like that. Keep going. Yeah, people say not fair, but I want you to come up with a contrary argument. So something that opposite to what you normally think. I want you to try and think of why someone else might think it's a good idea. Maybe we can't think of any reasons. I believe they pay for them so they can afford more healthcare items. So you think if people have to pay themselves, it might fund the healthcare to be better. I believe paying for healthcare is better so people can get money. In my opinion, too many people will come to the hospital if healthcare is free. That's an interesting thing. So if healthcare is free, people might all come to the hospital all the time and it might become clogged up. That's interesting. In America, they don't pay for the NHS, by the way. So I know Harris has said that. In Britain, we pay for the NHS. Yeah, I agree, Ava, but I want you to think of something opposite to what you think. This is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to think of some opposite things sometimes. In my opinion, paying money for healthcare helps entrepreneurs who wish to venture into healthcare provision and hence opening various different job roles. Oh, wow, my goodness. So what Mr. Keeling has put there, he said that in his opinion, the fact that people pay for the healthcare actually puts more money into that. It helps professionals who have trained up to get money to become better at things. And it helps them to train up into different roles. I think I got that. I wasn't answering it properly. Roxana Afzal, that is not the discussion we're having right now, okay? So you need to focus on what we're saying. Okay, I've heard loads of these. So some people have said, okay, all right, healthcare should be free. Of course it should be free. That's one of the fundamental British values. Other people on the other side are saying, well, why, if someone isn't working, should they get free healthcare when someone who is working has to pay all their taxes? So what might the person on the other side, they might say, well, why is that person not working? People might not be working because of mental difficulties. They might have had sad things happen to them in their life. They might be trying really hard to get a job and a job isn't available. The other person might go, yeah, well, I think they need to get a job. And if they don't get a job, then they shouldn't be part of society. You know, if they don't get a job, then they're rubbish. And then us guys, us British, we think to ourselves, well, the reason they don't get a job, there might be loads of reasons. Maybe they didn't get proper education. Maybe they're struggling at home. And actually, maybe we need to keep their keep them healthy whilst they're trying to find a job so that they can get a job later on and then contribute to taxes. Okay, two sides to an argument here. Let's try another argument. We've discussed NHS. We're going to go for guns next. Guns, big one. In America, and I'm going to let you have your own decision on this. I'm not going to make you be contrary, so you can say what you believe this time. In America, everybody is allowed to own a gun. If you're over 21, you want to go and get yourself a gun, you can own a gun, right? In Britain, not a chance. No way. You cannot have a gun. Unless you're a farmer and you need it for whatever reason, you can't have a gun in Britain. In fact, in Britain, our policemen don't even carry guns. So a normal policeman on the street wouldn't carry a gun. Then you might see guns with policemen at train stations, at airports, or near the Prime Minister or Queen, okay? But in the normal streets, our police don't have guns. In America, the police do have guns. They carry weapons on them. In America, there's a lot of gun crime. People get shot, people die. Anyone can carry a gun. So once again, I would like a sentence from you. It's going to start, I believe, or it's going to start with, in my opinion. What do you think about guns and having guns? Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? And why? Don't just say, I believe it is bad. I want to know why. In my opinion, having guns is good because it helps to keep you safe from other people. In my opinion, guns are a terrible idea because actually they increase the violence and make even more problems. What are your opinions? Let's have a look. I'm going to come and read some of them. Guns are horrible, Ava, you're right, but I need it in an opinion. I want to give a reason. You can't just say something's horrible. You need to justify why is it horrible. Yeah, George Floyd did die. So let's turn that into an argument. Why did George Floyd die? Was it related to guns? Don't stop talking about names and things. Imran, please stop spamming the chat. So Musa said, I believe guns are very dangerous as it can kill people and should be banned. Lovely opinion. All I'd like to say is after I believe, don't forget your comma. I believe it is bad because more people might die with guns. Interesting argument. I like that. I believe, so this is a good one. Hussein has said, I believe guns are good for self-defense. So Hussein thinks that maybe having a gun helps to protect you to be safe from other people. Interesting. So some people are saying it's good to protect you. I believe having guns kills people, so it's even worse. I like this. There are good reasons that you can defend yourself, but bad reasons is that the rate of death will increase exponentially. Alicina's answer there is probably one of the best answers that I have seen so far. I love when there are two sides to an argument, when someone can say, okay, maybe there's something good, but actually, here are the real bad reasons. I believe that having guns can increase violence and kill people. Very good. Yeah, absolutely true. I believe that having guns, I've seen that one a lot of times. Hey, please stop spamming it. Imran, also, please stop spamming the chat or else you're going to get blocked. You say it once and that's it. In my opinion, I think guns are kind of good and kind of bad. It can kill people, but it can save people. Isn't that an interesting argument? I believe guns are dangerous because if anytime anything happens, it's absolutely good. In my opinion, I believe guns are really bad because you might shoot by accident. Oh, I love this. In my opinion, I believe if you have a gun, you will have 50% to defend yourself. Right, I'm going to pause here on guns. I love all the discussion that's coming out of this. When you make an opinion, you state what you say, and then you give a reason to enhance it. Now, I'm going to tell you my opinion on guns, that I do think guns are a bad idea because the more guns you have around, the more death there is. In America, that murder rate is way higher than in Britain. In fact, in a year, I think I read somewhere that in a year, more people got shot by the police in one city in America than they did in the whole of the UK in a decade. So one city in America in 1 year had more deaths by gun than Britain has had in over 10 years, the whole country. The more guns you have in the street, the more violence there is, okay? So guns are probably a terrible idea. That's what I would believe. Okay, great. So big difference there, isn't it? In Britain, we are really against guns. In America, they're really for it. All right, let's take one more. Patriotism. Patriotism. Does anyone know what patriotism means? Big word there, patriotism. There are some really great opinions here. It's really fantastic. I see Miss Jo's been reading through them. Really good opinions there. Patriotism. So in America, Americans always like to fly their flag around the place. They really believe in their country. They say they'll die for their country. Their country is number one. The most important thing is America. America, America, America. What do we think about this? For you, is the most important thing Britain, 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 always go out there, must do this for Britain, 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 Britain. Is that the most important thing? Or are there other things that might be more important? I'd like to hear your opinion about patriotism. So should the most important thing in your life be your country? Or are there other things that might be a little bit more important? I'd like to hear what are your opinions over here on that. So this is our last opinion that we're going to do. So should your country be the most important thing, like Americans believe, or is there something else that's maybe more important than your country? So let's have a look at some of your last opinions. These are your last sentences I want to see, and then we're going to go and look at the digestive system. Let's have a look. What do we got? Okay, Anjuman said for him that actually his religion is more important to him, that is one of the priorities, which is absolutely fine. So some people are saying praying to Allah. I like that. That's an interesting thing. So maybe your faith, your belief in God should be a sort of priority in your life. I like that one. Yeah. What else have we got? So I've heard that one. Can we think of something else as well? Okay, so let's think of another one. So we've said that one thing could be religion, praying to Allah, Islam, okay, or it might be Christianity or Hinduism or Judaism, might be more important, whatever your religion is. What do we think? Let's have another one that's not religion. I don't know who this is. Is it Musaisa? Musaisa? I'm really sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. I believe freedom of choice for all is more important than anything else. Wow, what a fantastic opinion there. So what might be more important than believing your country is believing that people are free to make the decisions that they want. I love that. That is a fundamental British value, isn't it? That people are free to make their own choices and make their own decisions. I like this. This is really good. Freedom of choice is more important. Right, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at another one. Oh, Dawood Ali. I like this one. Instead of putting your country first always, what about your family? Instead of trying to fix all the big things, why not let's focus on our family and making sure our family is safe and our family is happy? I like that one. Really good. What else have we got? Yeah, I've heard religion. Let's think of something else as well. I want to hear different ones. That's really good, Charmin. I like the way that you expressed that opinion, right? You said it's not as important as something else. That's really good. Good sentence there. In my opinion, yeah, I've heard the, okay, adding to that as well, saving yourselves, saving other people and family. Isn't that interesting that a lot of you guys are saying, oh, look, and healthcare is more important, making sure that Zubairul has said that healthcare basically is talking about cancer in your country. I like that. That is really good. Yeah. Okay, I've heard that a lot of times. Brilliant. So we're saying as well over here that actually maybe there are some other things that are more important, that actually focusing on making sure that healthcare is a priority, focusing on making sure that our families are happy, that our communities are safe, focusing not so much on the military and how powerful we are, but focusing a little bit closer to home, making sure that people are looked after, making sure that the disabled are protected, making sure if you have an illness that you're safe, making sure that you're free to practice your religion. Under Donald Trump banned people from Muslim countries coming into his country. That's the sort of thing he did. In this country, we welcome people from anywhere to come in. Doesn't matter what your religion is, doesn't matter what your skin color is, doesn't matter any of these things. We are accepting. And you know what's so nice? When I've been reading the comments and your sentences, you guys have been talking about how important your family is, how important your healthcare is, how important your community, your faith is. And these are the important things. I love that. It's your opinion, and it shows that this future generation is going to be really good. Okay. Ooh, I'm looking at the time. We're moving on now. Really, really good conversation now. I'm really impressed with all of you guys. I'm going to be talking to Mr. Doddridge about how fantastic you are, and I'm so happy. One thing to say before we move now on to the digestive system. I know some of you are asking to do some maths now, and some people have been having some problems with division on maths. Well, what we're going to do is Miss Cho is working on a new video and a new way of looking at division so that we can try and understand it a little bit better for those who are struggling. I know lots of people were getting it fine, but just for those who are finding it a little bit tricky, we're going to do a slightly new approach to it, and we'll be releasing that soon. So I'm going to leave the maths off the lesson for today. We're going to go on to the digestive system. First things first, before we go over there and have a look at some of the videos, just quickly need to plug this in. First things first, sorry, my other computer was running out of battery, so I had to go and plug it in. I'm going to quickly go through the amazing, and I really do mean this, guys, the amazing work that you are sending in. We've had some fantastic stuff. I can't show it all. I couldn't even print it off quick enough. There was so much work coming through. So I'm just going to show the first ones that came down. We've got here a wonderful drawing and description of the digestive system. Look at the detail on that. The ruler being used for drawing the diagram. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. I think that's from Anas. Got over here. This is from Harris. Look at this. Isn't this a fantastic piece of work? And I love the handwriting that's going on here. It's got a title. It's got subheadings. It has the drawing of the small intestine and the large intestine. Absolutely fantastic. So much detail, so much interesting writing going on in there. So proud of the work that's coming in. Let's have a look at a little bit more. Here we have got Suban, who has made a fantastic drawing of the digestive system. All the information on there, using bullet points down at the bottom. Really good in non-fiction text. I really like that. Very good. Guys, can you make sure that the chat is focusing on what we're doing and not talking about other things that are not related? Because in a lesson, you wouldn't start chatting to other people. It's just general politeness, isn't it? Let's have a look at this over here. Mohammed Mikhail from 3D. Wowzers, look at that drawing of the intestines inside your body. We're going to watch a little video in a second to find out all about the digestive system. I can't wait for it. And so much amazing information. This, by the way, guys, this is kind of like, you know, you're in university now, going and doing your own research, and I'm so proud of you. Look at this. We've got Abdu Saeed in 3P, who's done this amazing piece of work here. If I angle it a bit like that, it's going to look a bit straighter, isn't it? Yeah, all of this fantastic research, bullet points, key facts, labeled diagrams. Isn't this amazing? I see Miss Cho is saying amazing as well. I just can't get over this. This is a whole piece based only on the stomach. Isn't that amazing? Look at all this work. The stomach is an organ located in the left upper abdomen. Woohoo! Look at the science talk. We're going to watch some videos and find out what all of this means in a minute. I absolutely love all this. What have we got here? Jamila has done this fantastic piece of work after that fantastic sentence that she posted earlier with her opinion. We've got the digestive system, all the different parts. I think it's even got a, no, I was about to say it looks like it's pooping down at the bottom, but it's not. We're going to find out all about this now, okay? So I'm going to move us over to our digestive. Oh, I'll tell you what, before I move us over, here is, of course, we're going back to our body. I've taken the lungs and the heart out because that's not the part that we're focusing on. We're focusing on this bottom part today. So one of the first main parts of the digestive system is actually the teeth. The teeth are really important for grinding and breaking your teeth down. Now, my teeth are all wonky and a bit horrible. These top teeth here are used for slashing meat. And if you look at them and you can feel them in your own mouth, you'll know that they are really, really sharp. So these are used for tearing off meat. In the back of your mouth, and I don't want to gross you all out by showing you inside my mouth, but you can have a look inside your mouth or your parent, whoever's sitting next to you. You've got these teeth at the back, known as molars, and they're really good at grinding down the food into tiny little pieces. We can't just swallow things whole or we won't get the goodness out of them. And we want to get as much goodness out of the food as possible. So the first part of our digestive system are the teeth that grind it down into small bits. Then we go inside our mouth. The next part is the saliva. Your spit is really important. It actually helps to break down foods. So it takes the, for example, when you eat a bit of bread, it turns the starch into sugars, which help give you energy. So even before you've swallowed it, your digestive system is starting. The teeth are grinding it down, breaking it into small pieces. The saliva is attacking the food, breaking it down even more. Now, it goes on a long journey down, 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 down into this bag here, which is known as the stomach. And inside the stomach, all sorts of crazy things are happening. The stomach produces an acid. This acid burns away at your food to further break it down. We're going to watch this all in a second if I can get it to work. Once it has been broken down and mushed, the saliva's worked its job, the stomach has worked its job, it's mushing it down, it's storing it. It then goes on a journey down into your intestines. And these tubes are massive. They are super long, okay? It travels for a long, long, long distance. It would stretch, if you took from your mouth all the way down to the bottom, it would stretch from one end of the classroom to the other end of the classroom, okay? That is how long it is. Inside here, your intestines are taking out all the vitamins, the minerals, the energy. They are taking a really long, long, long journey to get as much of it out as possible. It then goes into your large intestine, and eventually, if I take this out, it's going to come out at the bottom a sort of brown, smelly mess. And I think you know what that stuff is. Yes, it is too. So I'm going to move us over here, and we are going to find out just a little bit before we go about the different parts of the digestive system. I need to turn all this stuff back on because it's turned itself off. And this is the last part before we leave. Let's click up onto here, digestive system. Now, all the stuff I'm going to show you on the digestive system is from the BBC Bite-Size page. On the BBC, there are amazing resources. They are showing videos on BBC Two every single day. There is stuff that, yeah, Dawud Islam's absolutely right. It's coming out as poop. You're absolutely right, guys. They are showing amazing videos every single day. If you go onto the BBC iPlayer, they have got lessons for all different ages. If you're thinking stuff in year 3 is a little easy, you can go and look at some of the stuff in year 4 or 5, 6 that they've got. There is all sorts of absolutely fantastic stuff. Let me move this over here so that we can have a little look at some of the videos that they have done on the digestive system. So let me make sure that I've got this right. Here's our first one, which is a general introduction into
why do we eat food? I mean, really, wouldn't life be far simpler if we didn't have to? Well, the thing is, we need energy to keep on living. Each part of our body needs to be recharged with energy, and we get that energy from food. We could try and put the food straight into the parts of our body where it's needed, but that would be silly. Because we have a digestive system, a series of organs that break food down in a useful way for the body. And it gets rid of all the body's waste as well.
Okay, that was our first video. We need to have a system to get energy out of food, because food is the way that we get energy and nutrients, and that's how we grow, it's how we get strong, it's how our brain works. So let's have a look at some of the parts of the digestive system. So first part we're going to have a look at is, and I spoke about this to you already, your mouth. This is the first part of the digestive
This is
system.
one of the best teams in the world, the mouth, tongue, teeth team. Here they go, straight into action. There are the front teeth, slicing and ripping off a chunk of food, ready for grinding it into smaller pieces. Very smooth action from the tongue there, passing the food directly to the back teeth. Some very nice use of saliva. Of course, saliva isn't just wet stuff, it's helping to dissolve that food. And the back teeth getting into their stride now, they are crushing that food. I think we might be ready for the swallow. The tongue pushing the food to the back of the mouth. Nicely done. The throat muscle's getting ready. And there goes the swallow. It's all over.
So that's our first part. The mouth is crushing, it is smashing, it is tearing stuff to pieces, and it is getting us ready for the next part of our digestive system journey. And the next part is we're going to move down to the stomach. You can find out yourself about the different types of teeth.
Hello and welcome. Today we're in a mouth and we're going to talk to some food. Hi. So, what are you doing here today?
Hi. Hello, Mum. We're food, all squashed, and we're just waiting to be swallowed and travel down the pipe from the mouth to the stomach. Woo-hoo!
Now they're in the esophagus, the pipe leading down to the stomach. Well, let's leave them to it. The food can stay in the stomach for up to 4 hours, where it is slowly broken down into smaller pieces that our bodies can use.
Did you say broken down?
Ooh, how are they broken down? Well, they're broken down not only by the stomach churning, but by an acid that is being poured onto them to break them down into smaller pieces. Let's have a look. We haven't got much more to go. So here we go, and we're going to now find out about the intestine.
We see the former apple, chocolate bar and sandwich have finally made it into the intestines from the stomach. What a lot of pipes. This is the small intestine. Everything that comes in here has already been turned to liquid by the stomach. Excuse me, could I just ask you, how are you feeling right now?
Quite watery. I think I might get absorbed soon. Oh, we're just going into the next bit. Oh!
Yes, he's been absorbed through the intestine wall and we can see the blood vessels everywhere. The nutrients are on their way to be delivered to a part of the body where they're needed. And now we're moving into the large intestine. This is where any food that can't get digested ends up. Phew, this place has a lot of smelly gas. And how are you feeling?
Well, I was really hoping to get digested, but it just didn't work out. So here I am. Do I smell really bad? And I look awful. Oh no, don't film me.
Well, you've been on quite a journey. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. At the very end of that journey, your food is going to come out as some smelly brown poop, which is just waste food, basically. So everything that is good has been absorbed out of that food, and it is now going to get dumped, okay? Wow, we have learned so many things today. You have debated about healthcare. You have debated about gun control. You have debated about patriotism and what is more important, your country or your people. We have looked at the digestive system, at the stomach, the intestines, the large intestines. I'm really, really impressed by all the work that we have been doing. The research I want for tomorrow are 2 parts. There are 2 parts to the research that I want for tomorrow. One, I want you to find out about Joe Biden. I would like a piece about him. I would like to know where he's from, what he does, what's What's his thing? Where does he come from? How old is he? You find out the information. You tell me. I want to know specifically why is this flag? Why have I popped this flag up here when I talk about Joe Biden? That's your little hidden clue that I want to find out about Joe Biden as well. And a body part, I said that we would look at it, is the brain. This is the other piece of research to do about the brain. So 2 pieces of research. 1, Joe Biden. I want a biography. I want to know all about him. 2, the brain. What is this thing? What does it do? Okay, what's its purpose? How does it function? Okay, you are the brain, basically. If you think about it like this, you are the brain and every other part of you, it's a bit like a robot. Your brain is controlling every other part of your body, okay? And you really are the brain. This is the most important part. So your job, to me, that noise is getting really annoying. I'll turn this off again. That is irritating me. So your job is research the brain, find out what it is, what's its function, how does it work, what is it all about, as many facts as possible. We're going to go over it and look at it in more detail tomorrow. And Joe Biden. Right. That is basically the end of the lesson. I think I did miss a couple of things. I was going to show you a poem and do a few other things, but you know what? I'll save it for tomorrow. We are going to do the quiz tomorrow. There will be prizes tomorrow. Make sure you are online. Make sure you are ready to do that quiz because I will be delivering 3 prizes to the top 3 answers. And that quiz will be posted after the lesson. Anything else I need to say? Any questions that you've got for me now? I'm going to just stay around a little bit. If you're finished and you're happy, you can go. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to grab my phone so I can read all your questions if you've got any. One thing I was going to ask is there was somebody yesterday asking me if we've checked their emails and if they can just check that that has been done and replied to. Thank you so much, those of you who are here. You are welcome to go today if you want. Miss Cho has said make sure you register on Google Classroom. So can you go to Google Classroom? Can you go and check out how the register works? We're not starting it officially till Monday, but I'd like to start practicing this week. Go to Google Classroom, check it out. Goodbye. Anyone who wants to leave now, you can. If you've got a question for me, could you ask the question now, just because I got a minute or 2 before I go back to year 5 and 6 and teach. Let's see, anyone got any questions for me before we go, or for Miss Cho, or for Miss Duncan? Bye for Sultan Sanjar, good to see you. Goodbye to Ava, goodbye to Musaisa, goodbye to Ayab, goodbye Khalid, goodbye Mikhail, good to see you. Oh, what? Any questions? Please sign in. Yeah, Miss Cho is reminded, please sign in on Google Classroom. Any questions? Any questions? Bye. Yeah, well done, everybody. It's been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, teaching year 5 and 6. I might get them to come in and do some stuff with me at some point as well. Year 5 and not doing a live lesson, but there is a year 4 live lesson. If you want to join that, Mr. Moore does some days. Mr. Keeling is also doing year 2 live lessons. And do you know what? Even though it's a year 2 live lesson, I watched it yesterday. It would be good for us, you know, so do join those ones as well. Anybody, Mr. Jordan, I was in Manchester with my dad. Yeah, you need to stay safe, Arhill. Yeah, really important, staying safe. Also, Arhill, it's good. I'm really happy that you tell me, but also don't tell too many people that you've been going around because it is lockdown too. So try and keep that one to yourself if I were you. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome, guys. How do you do the quiz, Dawud Islam? Tomorrow, I'll pop the quiz onto Google Classrooms. It'll be at the top. You just go on it and you answer the questions. Last week, we had to type the answer. I think this week, what I'll do is it'll be a multiple choice one. So people with the highest score, well, the first 3 people with the highest score, I'll probably give the prize to. What are guts? Well, the guts are all of that kind of digestive system. Any more questions before I go? If you think Joe Biden's bad, I'd like you to go online. I'd like you to do the research and to prove it. Remember? Password for TT Rockstars, Ava, is the same as your password for Oxford Reading Buddy. So whatever you log on to Oxford Reading Buddy, that is your TT Rockstars. The prizes will be for the quiz that will be posted tomorrow. Why are the Northern Lights green, Rania? That's a really interesting question. Could you do the research on that? I've seen the Northern Lights. You can see it. It's a sort of, like, is it radiation from the sun? I don't know off the top of my head. Could you find out and tell me tomorrow? That'd be really good. Guts, yeah, that's all your innards, your digestive system. When people talk about their guts, I think they're kind of talking about their intestines. Brilliant. Yeah, he delivered test kits. Oh, Ahil, your dad's absolutely doing fantastic work, okay? So your dad's got a vital thing to do. Just make sure you're staying safe, Ahil. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. The booklet The booklet was given out a couple of weeks ago. If you've got it now, you should have it. There probably won't be another booklet because we're moving to doing everything online by now. Bye, guys. Right, I'm off now because there weren't any other important questions for me. See you tomorrow. Can't wait. 10 o'clock. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.